Hello and welcome back to Naturally Spiritual, where we correlate the spiritual with the natural. I'm Cheryl,
And I'm sharing.
and we're here talking about those imbalances, right?
Mm.
Sometimes you go through things, something happens that makes no sense to you, and you need for someone to explain it to you.
Right, you do like
To help you make sense of it, right?
Right, because I just came out of the grocery store.
Uh-oh.
Now, a carton of eggs,
Mm-hmm.
$99. But I can go
Trillion
get the
dollars.
whole
Trillion
fried, yeah, and I
dollars.
can go get the whole chicken for about 9 cents.
Right.
Now that doesn't make sense to me because then I had to take it back to what crossed the road first, the chicken or what came first, the chicken or the eggs. Because this just didn't make sense to me because I'm like, now wait a minute now. Now I can go get 3 nights of dinner from eggs so I can boil it, bake it, fry it, grill it, whatever.
The chicken.
And it still came out less the chicken and the oil than this carton of eggs cost
one
me.
carton.
Right. So I'm like, what is going on? It just doesn't make sense. Somebody's gonna have to explain this to me.
It's supply and demand. I'll tell you what it is. It's supply and demand.
Okay. Well, somebody better make it plain to me because, like I said, I was standing in there I'm looking at that customer, looking at, and we looking at each other.
Everybody's
like,
looking at each other. Nobody can understand
look,
it. Right? Look, eggs,
right.
really?
I'm looking for that dozen of eggs that had the crack in it that they have to discount and give it to me. Look, I started to throw some on the floor myself.
Okay.
And crack them, because in the natural, that's where I was. Now somebody gonna have to explain this thing.
Well, listen in the spiritual. I'm gonna tell you. Proverbs 20:23 says, "Divers ways are an abomination unto the Lord."
So, as was to me,
as
yes.
was to you, right? And a false balance is not good.
Not good.
So even the Lord he knows it's foolishness.
Right,
he doesn't even believe in it. So you know, again, you have to sometimes think in the spiritual, because if you're looking at that thing in the natural, it makes no sense,
That's
none
so
whatsoever. And so you just have to find that balance.
Exactly. Yeah, find a true balance.
Find a true balance. What makes sense? What makes sense?
Right. And then we're talking about these balances, and we have to, as you said in the spiritual, think about that whole thing. Because if you have a mother or father who's working outside the home, your whole life can't be work, and then your kids are over here suffering. Or you wives, Pat, you remember Reverend Ben Mays used to say it all the time.
Oh, right.
He could not get a drumstick at home, but the church could get the two
Right.
whole chickens from his wife. So you have to think about stuff like that.
Right.
There has to be
a
proper balance.
Yes.
Otherwise, somebody's sitting around like, can somebody come and explain this thing?
Right.
Because I'm having trouble over here. I'm struggling with this. I mean, even with your words, sometimes you have to sit and study. And to get your understanding. You have to sit and study,
and sometimes more than one time reading the same scripture, because it'll jump out at you. You get something differently every time. So exactly, find that balance, no matter what it is, right?
Make it make sense,
right?
Make it make sense.
And if you don't understand it, ask somebody to explain it to you.
Right. I mean, with today's resources, with the internet, the phone, social media, ask a question, receive an answer, but don't just stop at the surface. You have to sometimes dig deep. Because all jokes aside, I was thinking about that thing seriously, about these chicken and these eggs, and the answer that I got, that I was finally satisfied with, was the eggs are gestation in a lot quicker time.
Okay.
And so the chickens, supposedly what we're eating now, are chickens that were already grown, already out there, so they are immune to the bird disease, right? But the eggs, these are eggs that are just coming out, so not. Wait a minute, hold on, because that just don't make sense to me now. I just thought about it. I'm sorry, I should have done my research before we even got. Because how we still eating these eggs if the chickens had the bird flu? Right. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to go do some more research. I'm gonna have to get some more balance.
People question.
Yeah, okay.
I'm put that in people's heads.
I'm sorry, y'all. So let's just end it there, okay? Because it's maybe somebody can go research it and leave their comments to me tonight. Go ahead and leave us some comments, okay? Let's end it so they can go ahead and talk to us, and go ahead and like us.
And share.
Share it. Use your resources and get some answers. Okay. And hit that subscribe button. Okay.
Go ahead from there.
And pick it up. It's a little balance in the natural and the spiritual. Yeah, go ahead and pick it up. Right, go ahead, pick it up. If you've already picked it up, we greatly appreciate it. If you haven't, go ahead and get some balance in your life, okay? All right, and we just pray you guys have an awfully blessed night.
Good night.
Good night.